Hi guys, Finch here and welcome down to the next video in the Swing Quest series. And in these videos I take lessons that I've had at the Quest Golf Academy, talk you through the changes that have been made, and then just give you a description of how that can help you improve your game as well. If you're new to the channel guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button as well, and comment below on everything that you hear in today's episode. And it is very much an interactive episode today. I want you guys sharing your ideas and what you find that you've worked best for this particular situation. Because guys, the subject of today's Swing Quest video is going to be myself. I played today in a competition. Today's Friday, so I didn't actually do any lessons at the Quest Golf Academy, and therefore I can't do the normal style of video. But this is something which affects my game today quite drastically and should be affecting your game as well. And we're going to be talking about pre-shot routine and the steps that you should be going through over a shot to give you the best opportunity to hit the best shot that you can. Now, the reason that we're going to talk about pre-shot routine today is because of my performance out on the golf course today. I was very scrappy. This is going to act as a bit of a round review as well. It was a 4-ball champs qualifier, so it was myself and Josh Charnock who were playing as a pair, and with 4-ball the best score counts on a hole, and we only managed 1 over par better ball, which obviously isn't that great. The score is perhaps really not as good as it could have been. We had our bad holes together. We had a double bogey better ball on 11 and then backed that up with a bogey on 12, and that really knocked the stuffing out, unfortunately. Woodson Hall that we played the course at, that we played the competition at, a tricky course, and especially in these dry conditions, anything that wasn't hitting the green was bounding off into bunkers, and I played so many bunker shots today. But the reason that I want to talk about pre-shot routine and why that matters is because today I wasn't executing it properly. So I was going for shots and thinking about things over the ball, which I really shouldn't have been at all. Now, I think a little bit of that is down to not being as prepared as I could have been. I've been traveling a lot this week, so I wasn't able to get the practice in that I really wanted to. But a lot of it is to do with the fact that I have not worked on my pre-shot routine. I've not worked on my setup and some of the basics for such a long time. And I think that's going to be quite similar for a lot of you guys watching. So what we're going to do here is talk through a pre-shot routine which you guys can implement into your own game, and I need to remind myself of very swiftly. So the first thing on the list that you need to be assessing and that you need to be having a look at is what the lie of the ball is like. It's amazing how many times today, and it's something that I've tried to pull myself up on in the past, but obviously needs more work, and it's amazing how many people do this. They pick the shot that they're going to try and hit without even looking how the ball is lying. So I'll take an example from today. So the first hole at Woodson Hall, it's a 400-yard par 4, but it's straight downhill. I hit a decent drive and literally had 50 yards left in, just a flick with a lob wedge. Now the lie of the ball, I decided what shot I was going to hit before it even got there. So I wanted to hit a lob wedge pretty much onto the middle of the green and then let it release out to the hole. There's quite a big slope before the green. And when I got to the ball, it was sat down slightly in the semi-rough, and the rough was actually growing towards the hole. Now that's going to cause the club to skid through quite quickly. And rather than actually going back and selecting a different club, I stuck with my lob wedge. It slid underneath, it finished short of the green, and it ended up giving me about a 20-foot birdie putt, which wasn't the end of the world, but I really should have been a lot closer. And if I'd have recognized what that lie was like, then it would have dictated the type of shot that I was going to play. And obviously a lot of this comes with experience. You know, if the lie is good or it's bad, where the rough is going, a lot of that does come with experience. But the second thing you need to be assessing when you have a look at that lie is what the slope of the ground is doing. So if the ball is a little bit below the fee, above the fee, uphill lie, downhill lie, these are all going to have effects on how the ball will fly. And I'll put a little bit of a list on this about the general things that you see. Now this isn't always the case. The lie of the ball can have an effect, obviously the wind, the loft of the club, there's so much. But as a general guide, this is what you will see. So once you've assessed the lie and the slope, you need to be assessing the conditions. Now by conditions, I'm talking about wind, I'm talking about atmosphere. Where's the wind coming from? Left, right, into, down, behind? Is it warm? Is it cold? All these things are also going to be having an impact on where that ball is flying. And remember, these two things do combine. If that ball is above your feet, for example, and the wind is hitting hard off the right hand side for a right-hander, potentially that ball's going to move a long way left in the air. And these are the type of things that are going to affect your shot selection. Now, third on the list is target location. Now, what I mean by this is if you're hitting, just to take that last example again, to a front right pin, and the wind is off the right and the ball is above your feet, and there's danger to the right of the green, potentially, if you want to attack that pin, you're going to have to set it out over the danger and rely on that ball coming back. So this is where all these things start to combine. Are you in a position, and is the lie of the ball or the atmospheric conditions within your favor to hit that good shot? After trying to figure out where that location is, and that works for tee shots as well, you know, picking your target line and how the fairway's lying when the ball lands, hopefully, if it actually lands in the fairway, didn't always happen today, is you need to assess how far away your target is. So a target and the distance that you hit, they might not be the same thing. Now, what I mean by that is if it's 150 yards away off a perfectly flat line, still conditions, you know, it's a pretty simple shot to think through in your mind. But let's say the pin is close to a bit of danger. Is your distance actually to the center of the green? Is it to the flag? Is it to where you're pitching? These are all things that you need to start considering. And those first four things are going to feed back into the fifth thing during your pre-shot routine, is the selection of shot. Now, this can go back to so many things, you know, your state in the match and all the rest of it. But generally, you should be having a little bit of a game plan before you hit the shot, before you even start the round. And that is something I certainly did not have today. When I was playing today in the 4-ball, I was a lot more attacking and I was going for a lot more things than maybe I should have, because with a 4-ball competition, you're not relying on your partner, but you do have that backup. And we were both doing that, and obviously that didn't lead to the biggest success. But what you need to be asking yourself is, are you going to hit it high? Are you going to hit it low? Is it going to be a draw, a fade, a straight shot? Obviously, if you've got really good control over the golf ball, then that's going to be much, much easier. But if you do have a tendency to shape the shot either way, that's also going to have a big impact. But that selection of shot is going to be massively impacted by everything that we've already spoken about. Now, once you've assessed all that and you've selected the shot you're going to be hitting and the club that you're going to be hitting because of the distance, then you need to start having a little bit of a practice swing. I'm not talking here about working through mechanical things within your swing. I'm talking about trying to feel the shape of a shot, trying to get used to the slope, trying to assess how that club is going to be passing through the grass. You know, all these things, you just need to be getting a feeling of the shot that you're going to be hitting, because your practice feel really feeds back into number 7 on this list, and that is visualization. Because once you've selected the shot, once you've gone through all that list, once you're practicing the feeling, then you need to start imagining what that shot will be like. Try and imagine and really try and get to grips with that feeling of how that shot is going to be going through the air, where it's going to be traveling to, really imagining it. Now, this isn't that easy. This is one of the hardest things to do, and this is why pre-shot routine actually takes practice, but it also takes perseverance. If you visualize a shot and you really go through the motions, you really focus as hard as you can on trying to see that shot and it doesn't come off, don't abandon it. Remember, pre-shot routine and having a really good pre-shot routine, this does not guarantee a good shot. Far from it. But what it does do is it increases the likelihood of that good shot coming off. And in all honesty today, guys, this list and going through all these things, I managed to do this only a couple of times today. And one of the shots was probably as close to a perfect shot as I could have hit. It went exactly where I wanted to, with the flight that I wanted to, the trajectory that I wanted to. I assessed the lie absolutely perfectly. And within those few holes after I hit that shot, my mind was more focused. I played some really good golf, but then it slipped away again. And that's all about the consistency factor of going through these points. And once you've gone through that visualization process, you just need to go ahead and execute. There's no point hanging around. You need to get into your setup position and you need to swing. Now, getting in a good setup position and swinging how you want to, that is more to do with technical practice. And that's where you have to rely on the fact that you've done the practice, you've done the work, that you can execute the shot that you want. So that, guys, is a very basic pre-shot routine. And I've left it quite general because everyone visualizes, everyone sees things quite differently, and it does rely on experience. But those 8 points are a solid foundation and a solid bedrock to actually build from. But remember, this isn't easy. I'm coaching myself here to actually go through this set of instructions, and I often don't do it because I rush a shot, I'm not focused, I'm not getting into this routine consistently because I've not been practicing it consistently. And that is the biggest thing of all. But guys, let me know what you think. Very brief round review today. There's a few holes that I just picked up on, and I've got a good grip of what I need to work on there. So not as detailed as usual, but with a 4-ball competition, it's not an individual stroke play, but there are more of those coming up in the next few weeks. So subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Thank you for watching another Swing Quest video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please share your advice as well, because I am interested to know what works for you guys as well. If you comment something that has worked for you, we all will learn from it in a good way, or we could discard it. So not all ideas are good ideas, but comment below. I'd like to know. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you follow me on my other social media as well, which is all linked in the description below. I will see you next time.